Recorded Books and RB Digital present Broken Bone China by Laura Childs, narrated by Barbara McCullough. Chapter 1. Red and yellow flames belched from propane burners, inflating the hot air balloon to heroic proportions and propelling it skyward. High above the grassy flats of Charleston's Hampton Park, the balloon joined a half-dozen others as they bumped along on gentle currents, looking like a supersized drift of colorful soap bubbles. "This is amazing!" Theodosia cried out to Drayton, as the wind blew her auburn hair into long streamers. "Almost as good as sailing or jumping a horse." Her blue eyes sparkled with merriment, and a smile lit up her face as she reveled in her first ever balloon ride. With her fine complexion, natural endowment of hair and pleasing features, Theodosia Browning was the apotheosis of what Lord Byron might have described as an English beauty in one of his novels. She was, however, modest to a fault, and would have blushed at the very thought. "Is this not the coolest thing you've ever done?" Theodosia asked, as blips of exhilaration filled her heart. "No, it's terrifying," Drayton Connolly responded. He'd wedged himself into the corner of their wicker basket, teeth gritted, knuckles white, as he hung on for dear life. "When you talked me into serving afternoon tea for the Top Flight Balloon Club, I had no idea you'd twist my arm and make me go for an actual ride." "It's good to live a little dangerously," Theodosia said. As the proprietor of the Indigo Tea Shop on Church Street, she was often tapped to host weekend tea parties. This one in Hampton Park, smack dab in the middle of Charleston, South Carolina, was no different, except that after pouring tea and serving her trademark cream scones and crab salad tea sandwiches, Theodosia had been offered a hot air balloon ride, gratis. And really, who in their right mind would turn down a wild adventure like that? Certainly not Theodosia. To an outside eye, she might appear tea-shop demure, but she possessed the bold soul of an adrenaline junkie. "I'm afraid the weather's beginning to shift," Drayton said. "Perhaps we should cut our ride short." The sky, which had been pigeon-egg blue just 20 minutes ago, now had a few gray clouds scudding across it. "Wind's kicking up, too," said Rafe Meyer, their FAA-certified pilot. He opened the blast valve one more time, shooting a fiery tongue high into the balloon's interior. "This will keep us at altitude along with the other balloons, but we should probably think about landing in another 15 minutes or so. Weather conditions do look like they might deteriorate." 5 minutes would be better," Drayton said under his breath. As Theodosia's resident tea sommelier and self-appointed arbiter of taste, he was definitely not a devotee of adventure sports. 60-something, genteel, with a serious addiction to tweed jackets and bow ties, Drayton's idea of high adventure was sitting in a wing chair in front of his fireplace, sipping a glass of ruby port and reading a Joseph Conrad novel. "Take a look at that patchwork balloon over there. You see how it's descending ever so gently?" Theodosia said. "You don't have a thing to worry about. When we hit the ground, you won't even feel a bump." But Drayton was squinting over the side of their gondola at something else. "What on earth is that whirligig thing?" he asked. Theodosia was still reveling in her bird's-eye view and the hypnotic whoosh from the propane burner, so she wasn't exactly giving Drayton her...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.